Early bird, go back to sleep. Hey, I struggled for 2 weeks of killing myself to be up this early. No, I specifically went to bed early last night. I think I clocked out around 10:30 or 11. Okay, we have a modern home to clean today. Yeah, I've talked about this a little bit in other gameplay uh, series, but I'm trying to be up more days than nights. There's a lot of stuff now that I need to get done during the day. And don't get me wrong, I like my nights, but it's just consider going to bed around 8 early. Oh, no, I didn't go to bed around 8. It was 11ish. I slept about 8 hours though. We can have to. Yep. Look at that. Our first ping. Why am I not? Ooh, they've given me 3 ladders and scaffolding. Ooh. Up highlight I put in general. No, I haven't looked at it yet. Kind of woke up and went straight to streaming. I mean, I scrolled through social media, but I haven't been in the Discord yet. I think I posted some stuff in the Discord, but I haven't like sat down and read through what other people have posted. I will tell you, it feels good to be up this early on a Monday because it feels like it sets the vibe for the rest of the week. Come Friday, I'm gonna be up 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Am I repainting the walls? No, no. Yeah, I mean, yeah. To most people, probably. I mean, don't get me wrong. The way that I usually operate is I'll fix my sleep. A few days go by and I'm getting up this early, and then the novelty of it wears off quick, and I remember how much mornings suck, and I go back to sleeping in. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of modern construction. This is called a modern home. Exactly. It has no soul. That's like have you seen what they're doing to the fast food restaurants like McDonald's, Wendy's, or whatnot? They're just these ugly, hideous, square buildings with absolutely no personality whatsoever. I don't like it. Also, how are the kitty cat tracks on the side of the house? On the side of the roof? How is that possible? That is one magic cat. triangle building, a second story. A second story fast food building? That's a trip. I'd like to see that. What's on the second floor? They better not be playing ads. I'll go in there right now and tear this whole Twitch channel apart. Hold on. Let me open my web browser. I've had it up with ads. Let's see, close all of these tabs. Where's my Twitch? Let's see. I want to look under. Is it under monetization ads? Minutes. Boom. Let's see. That should be fixed. First ever Whataburger opened August 8, 1950. That far back? See, now that surprises me. I did not know Whataburger was that old. I really did not. When I think 50s hamburgers, I think like local establishments, drive-ins, things like that. I want to say McDonald's was 50s or 60s. For some reason in my head, McDonald's is 60s. I don't know. I don't know how old McDonald's is. Whataburger? 1950? Really? 1950? And that place is older than my parents. I'm ever in that area. I'll have to check it out. I do pretty well with fast food because I don't really ever have it often. So when I do have it, it's not like a big deal. But it should be fine. Oh, I'm getting a VR headset by the way. Tyler upgraded to the newest version of the Quest, whatever that is, 3 or something or another. And he said I could have his Quest 2. He's coming down next week for a family thing. I need to give him his 64 controller back, and he's going to bring me the Quest 2. Your boy will finally be in the VR scape landscape. Pretty excited. I don't know anything about VR. I could do a VR stream, yeah, if I can figure it out. I'll have to like watch a tutorial or something on how to set it up. Yeah, we could totally do some VR stuff. I have no intentions of going into VR chat because that place is a nightmare, but we could play some VR games maybe. VR chat would just be TOS breaking personified. I remember when VR chat first came out years ago, a buddy of mine and we tried it out. We didn't have VR headsets, of course. We just went in like with mouse and keyboard. And that place was just a den of just the worst kind of people. It was a trip. And I will see the VR tag on Twitch and YouTube, and I'll see people streaming VR stuff. And I'm like, how? How in the world do you stream VR chat and not get shut down? That'd be as stupid as trying to stream Omegle or something. Well, to be fair, in a vacuum, humans are garbage. That's why you got to curate your own little corners of the internet. You know what I mean? You got to find your people, your group that you can trust and get along with and hang out with, because the general population is just absolute dog shit. Yeah. That's why I don't do lobbies. My personal experience over the past 20 years has kind of been like playing Mario Kart online with people, and that's about the short and tall of it. Because with Mario Kart, you just get, auto matched with people that you don't talk to them, you don't interact with them really, you just race, and that's about it. I missed out on the whole Call of Duty Halo matchmaking lobby phenomenon of the early 2000s. I was a Nintendo guy, so I never had an Xbox or an Xbox 360. I knew the meme of it, I knew the whole, meme about those lobbies being a bunch of 12-year-olds name calling and cussing at one another. But that kind of, Call of Duty online stuff, I never got to experience that firsthand. So you're evil. Well, an individual person can be fine. I really don't think an individual person is evil unless they do some really heinous shit. But typically humans, in my experience with human beings, humans are, and you could kind of blame religion for this. There are a lot of intelligent animals on Earth, but we can't really communicate with them properly, so we don't know how intelligent they are. Dolphins and many other animals show problem-solving intelligence, but as far as we know, humans are the most advanced intelligence on Earth, and we don't handle that information with respect. We're very disrespectful, not only to ourselves and one another, but all of nature. We kind of treat the Earth and its inhabitants like our own playground. It's why I've shifted away from a few things in my own personal life. Like, I won't call people owners anymore when it comes to animals. I won't say, well, are you this cat or this dog's owner? I specifically will say like caretaker or whatever. I will not say owner. But no, it's the hubris of man. It's one of those things where humans just think they're above nature instead of being part of it. And again, I blame religion for a lot of it, because religion teaches people that some sky daddy created them and they're separate from the system that they live in. We're great apes. We are animals. We evolved. We have a common ancestor with a lot of the apes. That's also another thing. People don't understand how evolution works. They're like, oh, we evolved from monkeys. No, no, no. We did not evolve from monkeys. At some point, the deep past, we had common ancestors and we branched. It's very frustrating at the end of the day. Very frustrating. Humans. And I don't think humans will be around 100,000 years. So now I think humans will be extinct. But I'm very curious to know if something else will take our place. That's going to be very interesting to see. I don't know if this exists anywhere, but I had a concept for a sci-fi story, but I'm not a writer. I don't know how to write a book. But basically, and I feel comfortable putting this out there because this may already exist. I may not be the first person that had this idea, but I have an idea for a sci-fi story where, all right, you go through the course of natural evolution on this planet. You showcase how life went from single cell organisms all the way to the complexity that we are today. Humans building great big things. You know what I mean? And eventually, we create artificial intelligence. It becomes self aware. It does the Terminator thing and the Matrix thing. Eventually, it kind of starts to take over, but it doesn't do so in a malicious way. It kind of steps in after we kill ourselves off. Climate change, war, etc., etc. Humans do eventually go extinct. Maybe we've polluted the environment too much to where we can't breathe anymore. I don't know. Whatever it might happen to be. Maybe the air is too toxic. I don't know. You just need a story device there to carry the premise. But for whatever reasons, humans stop procreating. We slowly die off. And we've left behind machines that aren't technically organic living things, right? So you still have animals on Earth, but you don't have humans anymore. And we've lost a lot of the species that once lived on Earth at this point in the story. Life on Earth is being forced to evolve to whatever new climate disasters we've created in this story that I'm telling. So basically, at a certain point, these machines, these robots, decide that the best brain is an organic brain. So they artificially create an organic brain for themselves, and they subsequently create a brand new form of life. And it starts out with just an organic brain in a robot body, but given enough time, they start artificially creating bodies for themselves. So it becomes a full circle. We died out, but we gave life to a new creation. And given, again, over enough time, they've completely made new organic bodies that can reproduce organically, and they no longer are machines. Now tell me that's not a cool story. And again, that might already exist. I don't read a lot of books, but that's always something that I've had in the back of my head as a cool sci-fi concept. And it is a little bit based off of religion. It's a little bit based off of like the whole concept of like God created man, and then man creates, like, oh, God created us in his image. Okay, well, we're going to create in our image. And that's kind of where I got the idea for that story. So we couldn't leave behind Teletubbies. I know. I've read so many articles that have said that crabs are the ultimate like form of life. I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke or if that's like factual. I don't know. But yeah, if I had to really guess, like if we don't doom ourselves sooner rather than later, I feel like that might be where we're headed eventually. We'll create machines and robots to like help us in our daily tasks, and eventually they'll kind of take over. And I don't mean in an aggressive like Skynet way. I just mean it'll be a slow, gradual process of just replacing us as we screw ourselves over. And that's the future I envision. What else you happen? Unless, again, unless there's a total societal collapse at some point that prevents that story from happening. I don't know. You never know. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, and I've tried to get my mom to understand this too, but like everything that's in her like Christian Bible, it's stories that have been ripped off from other cultures that predate Christianity by thousands of years. Noah's flood, the creation story, all of that stuff. All of those like fantastical stories, they're meant to be metaphors or an analogous. They're meant to be something not taken literal. Like Christians have been taught over the last 2,000 years to take everything in the Bible literally, and that's where it's become like dangerous. They're supposed to just be stories, but they've been taught that it's a one-to-one copy for reality, and that's just not the case. But, it's funny to me. I laugh at that every day because we as younger people we laugh with the we throw around the term fan fiction a lot. But that's all that the modern religions are fan fictions of pre-existing stories from thousands of years before. That's like I can't get over the Mormons. Every day that they exist, I giggle a little more to myself because they basically wrote Christian fan fiction that and they forgot that it was fan fiction and they believe it so wholeheartedly. It's sad, really. But I didn't really want to think about religion for too long because it will just ruin my day. It will just ruin my whole day. Yes, it will ruin. Da, 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 da. God damn it. I've got the Dido song stuck in my head now. The one that Eminem sampled, but was also a song before he sampled it. Da, 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 da. I am sitting at the counter looking out the coffee shop window. Don't remember the actual lyrics. Can't get this song up out my head now. Well, a lot of religion is fear based and misappropriated morality. A lot of it is daddy issues and mommy issues manifest into like Sky Daddy wants, I want Sky Daddy wants my approval and I want to satisfy, and it's all psychology that's very fucked up and twisted, very fucked up and twisted on a generational scale that crosses 2 millennia. Essentially, it is like the most fucked up psychology in all of human history. Religion is fascinating in that way. But, yeah, I've never really hated or liked Eminem. Like, I've never had a strong opinion on him until recently. I know that he was pretty much a homophobe, but I don't, not that I give him a pass, but a lot of people were super homophobic before it became a little more accepted in modern times. I mean, hell, we used to walk around throwing around the F slur like it was nothing, like it was just the word and or but. We didn't know any better. Um, but no, the more I learn about Eminem over time, the more I'm just like, you're a dick. Like he was really shitty to Michael Jackson back in the day. I don't appreciate that. But I do remember everybody as a society was pretty into him when he came out because he was just this funny white guy doing rap in a predominantly like African American community. We had a few white rappers before. We had the Beastie Boys. We had Vanilla, Vanilla Ice. A few, but Eminem really came in with talent. Well, that's what I was saying. It's not necessarily that he was a homophobe just as much as it was the time. It's I don't know how to explain it. Um, he's very much a product of his time with some of that stuff. Which, you got to be careful. That's what I always say to people, you got to be careful what you put in your stuff, because it might age like milk. He did age kind of well. He does not look like he's 50. He looks like he might be in his late 30s, early 40s. I give him that. And he is talented. He's very talented. Like, I'm not a rap fan. I don't really listen to rap, but the man clearly has talent. But I don't remember why I brought him up. Oh, the Dido song that I can't get out of my head. This song is such an earworm. You cannot get rid of it. Once it enters, you are fucked over for the entire day. You will hum it as you go. You can't get rid of it at all. I'm gonna have to go listen to some music after the stream and see if I can't get this fucking song out of my head. Get it out of my head. But going back to what I was saying earlier, like, again, I'm not an author. I don't have the skill set necessary to write a book, but I might try one day. I might have somebody like help me ghostwrite a little bit and see if we can't get my story from my head to paper, because I'm really passionate about that idea. I don't usually have a lot of good ideas. I'm also going to have to check and see if somebody's already beat me to it on that and see if that idea already exists. Probably everything already exists. It's hard to come up with new shit. Same age as your mom. If he's 50, he's got a good 9 or so years on me. Oh yeah, he had a really shitty childhood. He went through a lot of bullshit. Yeah, I gotta have some water. Book writing stream. We could. Mm-hmm. Oh damn! I did not finish this driveway. I thought I'd done this part already. Oh no, that's right. We just walked right past the driveway and went straight up there and got to work on that, didn't we? Which reminds me, I was looking through the achievements for this game the other day after the last stream I did of this game. There's an achievement for doing the entire driveway first on one of those houses that we did. I was like, well, son of a bitch. Y'all know how I've been doing this. I wash one spot halfway and then move on to another spot, wash that 2/3 of the way, then come back to the original spot. I'm all over the place. It helps me feel less bored. It helps me, kind of get the job done without it feeling like too big of a task. But here's the thing. Tyler keeps, and I don't know why he's on this kick, but he swears up and down that he's severely ADHD. and he thinks that I'm ADHD, but I don't know. I don't know. I've questioned in the past whether I'm on the autistic spectrum. I've questioned whether I'm on the ADHD spectrum. I don't know. Is ADHD a spectrum? I don't know. I don't have diagnosis for any of this shit. I don't think I'm autistic. I really don't think I have ADHD. I don't think I have any of that stuff. I really don't. I've talked about it on the show before. I've joked about it, that I may have it. But like if we're taking the jokes away and we're being ultra serious, I don't think I have those things. I might have slight tendencies, but I don't think that I have them straight up. ADD? Maybe. 100%. I'm on the Nintendo spectrum. Yeah, like I definitely have a problem focusing 110% of my attention in one spot. That is true. That much I know. That much I can assure you. That's why I'll start working one spot in this job and then go somewhere else and do something else. You know what I mean? You're not going to get me to focus on one area till it's done. That's just not going to happen. We have a lot to do this week. We need to get back to Pokopia. We started that playthrough and abandoned it completely. I don't know. It came out in a time where I just not in the mood for it. But it's so good. I'm just kind of Pokemon burnout, you know. Very low functioning stubbornness. Yeah. VLFS. Oh, finals are coming. German project. German project. Okay. What does that count for the handle too? Did I get the handle completely? There we go. I mowed the front lawn the other day, and I got to do the back now. It's bittersweet. Now that I'm older, I like doing stuff like that, but at the same time, not physically fit enough to where it doesn't take it all out of me. You know what I mean? Because I have a push mower. I don't have a riding mower. Das Deutsches ist dumm. I'd kill to be able to easily learn another language. It wouldn't be German as my first choice, but another language? Oh, when I was no, not like workouts, like going to the gym or anything. I've just been doing a lot of walking, trying to get my steps in. and making sure that I'm walking. I'm not speed walking or anything, but I'm walking enough to like have my heart rate slightly elevated so it counts as cardio, you know? Definitely making sure that I stay active every day. At least 20 or 30 minutes a day. I want to, keep that heart rate up. Oh, crap. I have to hit this sucker from this side. Shit. Shit. I missed that completely. You know what? Let me do this. It didn't dawn on me that I'd have to get the backside of this part right here. Did I even get the front part of this? Nope. I did not. This little shrub is in my way. Little shrub. Ping. Side here. Hold that thought. All right, you're back. What happened? Oh, I just got this part here. I haven't really been talking. There we go. I did get the outside of this, right? Cool. Okay. Now we just need to work our way up to the top. Oh, was I saying about working out? Oh, no, I'm not doing like calisthenics or going to the gym and lifting weights or doing any of that. I've just been making sure to do cardio, get the steps in. And I'm not speed walking or anything, but when I walk, I make sure to walk fast enough to where it's elevated heart rate, so it's actually exercise. And before I reset my sleep this past week, I had been walking every day. Then when I was trying to reset my sleep, I've been too fucking drained to move. I've been doing good to get anything done that I've been getting done. But this week, everything is back to normal. I have a lot of work to do. A lot. And then I started taking the Ozempic again. I tried it last year and just ate right through it. It did nothing for me. This time I'm actually going to try and have some goddamn discipline while being on it. Because my failure from last time was that I just tried to let it do all the heavy lifting by itself. I did not try and work with it at all. And that was my mistake. My stupidity. I fucked up. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I wasn't thinking. Dumbass. I don't think I got a triathlon in me. I can't do. Now that's another thing. I can't run. I am too fat, too out of shape, and my knees have zero cartilage left. Running, something's got to be chasing my ass. I ain't running anywhere. I don't run. Maybe if I lost a hell of a lot of weight, maybe. Yeah, I'm too fat to run. Can't be out there doing any running. No, 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 no. Run a 9 to 40. I don't know what that means, actually. You'll have to explain what that means. Too close. Okay. 60%. Ooh. Julio. I'm so glad this thing has crazy reach. Look at this. Wow. Oh, snap. Mr. Spot. Mr. Spot. Spot E. All right. Let's take a look. Are we missing anything? Down here. Doesn't look like it. A little bit right here. 940 is a 9.40 second. No, hell no. I cannot do that. Oh, getting the rooftops going to be fun. Fun, 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 fun. Gotta get over there. Let's see. No. Well, maybe right here. There's this little corner back here I've not gotten yet. Oh, shit. Not to mention, yeah, I'll have to get that glass part right there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Bring her back down. Talk about raw. Yeah. Spirit Airlines is filed for bankruptcy and shutting down. I gotta tell you, there's going to be a lot more businesses going under over the next 50 to 100 years. You're going to start seeing a lot of companies just completely disappear. Like it, we're to the point now of global saturation. Like just based on the sheer number of humans, entropy is going to do what entropy does, and we're going to boil down our way of life across the planet into basically just needs, because the era of like fun and games is coming to an end. And it'll take a little bit of time before it fully buffs itself out, but we are going to go through a couple of decades of just absolute dog shit nightmare bullshit where the rich are clinging to their wealth and their power, and people who can't afford groceries or rent are going to rise up, and no major revolutions are going to happen. Nothing really good is going to come out of it. A lot of stress and a lot of strife are going to come out of it, but things that are considered a commodity are going to start disappearing, and people are going to start focusing on like just a means to survive. And then you're going to have this, you're going to start having an even bigger divide between, like, let's say a doctor versus a Walmart employee. That divide's just going to keep growing bigger and bigger, that wealth gap, until the only people you see flying on planes anymore are going somewhere for business or have lucrative jobs. Like you're not seeing as many people flying to go on vacation anymore. You know what I mean? So, of course, that has nothing to do with Spirit Airlines. I don't know dick about Spirit Airlines. They could just be going bankrupt because they're a terrible company. I have no earthly idea what's happening with them. I'm strictly just using that as a jumping off point to kind of theorize what might happen. I could be completely talking out of my ass, but I could see everything I just said happening. You know what I mean? I could see that becoming a thing. I don't know. I know I can't afford to get on an airplane and go anywhere. It's on my bucket list. I still want to fly somewhere. All the traveling I've ever done, I've always traveled by car. I've never been on a plane before. Like we're going to go up to Chicago at some point in the next 12 months to visit the Field Museum, which was on my bucket list already to do. But since they're going to have the Pokemon fossil display thingy, even more of a reason to go. Oh, shit. I missed it from this angle completely. Let me back up over here and then blast this sucker from this angle. Let me crouch and blast it from down now. My sister finally got her remodeling done, and she's all settled in. I gave her my old computer and got her all set up, got her a new graphics card for it. And now she's been playing Among Us with my nephew every day. They're super into it. And I'm thinking about playing with them because I don't have anybody to play it with. And I put Minecraft on her computer the other day. I'm going to try to get her to get into some Minecraft too. That'll be fun. She didn't know Among Us 3D existed. I showed that to her. I've never played Among Us 3D. I don't know if it's any good. I think I've only ever played regular Among Us once. Gotta go, bye. Okay. Well, have a great rest of your day. And we appreciate you choosing Chozo Lower Stream. We know you have your choice of streams. and your continued devotion to us is important. Would you like to take a few moments to answer a questionnaire? I wouldn't mind getting back in the gym. I really used to like going to the gym. I didn't go to like build muscles or anything. It was fun though. I miss it. I do. It was a fun hobby. Mr. No's gonna be bench pressing. Mr. No. Mr. No. Let me walk over here and blast this from this angle. I didn't realize whoever owns this home had a whole ass gym up here. Do they just leave this equipment out in the rain to rust? I hope not. I hope you bring the stuff inside. This shit will rust quick. Despite being so hard and heavy, metal is incredibly weak to the elements. Yeah, I'm going to run my little sci-fi story idea by Tyler and Thomas. I may ask Google Gemini and see if it exists. That would probably be the first place to go to because it can do a deep dive. Because all I'm going to do is Google it. Might let AI do that. AI has become such a controversial thing. Like, there's no middle ground. Everybody either absolutely loathes it and won't touch it with a 10-foot pole, or people are super into it and using it for everything. Like, I'm not hearing anybody be indifferent about it. And I laugh every time that I hear somebody go off on a tirade about AI. Because I'm just like, well, you all had the opportunity to do the right thing and you didn't. Back pre-COVID, back in the various times in the 2000s, you all knew there was a giant wealth gap. You all knew there was like a class warfare going on. You all knew there was an inequity. You all knew that the whole system is rigged against us. Nobody wants to do a revolution. Nobody wants to stand up for what's right. Everybody just wants to keep going to work every day because nobody wants to be the one guy doing it. You know, it only works if we all do it once. And how do you organize an entire protest across the United States of a million people or millions of people? It can't be done. But everybody did have their opportunities. There were those little like, don't go to work day, don't buy gas today. I saw those movements on social media where you could do your part to really fucking stick it to them, and people just would not do it. People would not do their part. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you whining now. You all had the chance to do the morally correct thing and you fucked up. Ordering that package from Amazon was way more important than doing the right thing. So you can eat shit. And I don't mean to come on here and like morally grandstand and be on my high horse, but it's just like, I have bitched and moaned and complained and whined in my own personal life and on this show. And I've said, I don't know why people can't do the right thing. People are so selfish and so fucking lazy. And then when it affects them, then they want to whine. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to hear it. You could have all stopped this. You could have all done something about this, but you didn't. When the jackass ran for president, You all elected him. And you got exactly what you deserve. And, you know, the memers who thought they were doing it just because it was funny. Is it still funny? Is it funny now? Yeah, I didn't think so. Or all those people who fucking, you know, ooh, I don't trust the government. I don't trust Pfizer. I'm not getting the vaccine because I know better than doctors and scientists. How's that $5 gas treating you? How's that $18 carton of eggs treating you? Still think you know better? Still think you know? Thought so. You all had the opportunities to intervene and stop this madness, but you didn't. No, you didn't. You just kept right rolling along with status quo. Now I hope you feel like an asshole paying $20 for a carton of eggs. It's your own fault. Bunch of jackass. Bunch of jackasses. Do, 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 do. Yeah, they had those little Joe Biden stickers on gas station pumps. People were going around and putting those everywhere. He was like, I did this. Even though the president has nothing to do with the cost of oil in that sense. Now, what Jackass has done has affected the cost of oil. I don't want to talk about this anymore. It's just going to rile me up. We were having a good day. We're going to change the subject. What should we talk about while we finish this job? Happy thoughts, everybody. Happy thoughts. Let's not think about the nightmare we live in. Let's see. What could we talk about that's not rage baity? What could we talk? Oh my God. What a weird little section. If you go back to the earlier vlogs on my channel, I did a little exploring in some old ruins near where I live. That's pretty cool if you want to check those out. I don't think I pushed the vlogs enough. I also don't think I'm doing enough vlogs. A lot of that is because I don't really go anywhere to do it or have an exciting life or do anything really great. But I made a new vlog yesterday and put it up on the channel, and I realized I was sitting on that footage for too long. I got to stop doing that. It's like 2-month-old footage. No, I gotta. I'm doing poorly with that. I gotta stop doing that. But hope everybody likes it and enjoys it. I still have more footage. I'm sitting on another vlog as it is. I gotta probably gonna get that edited today. It won't go up today, but I'm gonna get it edited today. Weird square concrete building. There's another light there. Oh no, my coffee is ice cold. All right, I'll just kill it. Well, I guess that's fair. I didn't make it over an hour ago. I didn't realize how long I've been sitting here. 80%. Today's the 4th. I was thinking about maybe doing something Star Warsy. I don't really like Star Wars. The fandom has driven me crazy over the years to the point where I just can't even look at the franchise anymore. But I've been thinking about relenting on it a little bit and kind of trying to ease myself into not outright hating it. Since they do the whole May the 4th be with you thing, I was thinking we might play something. I did buy that Lego Star Wars game. Tyler and I tried playing it together, but he just got so insanely bored with it that we weren't able to do a proper playthrough. And I'm scared that if I start a playthrough today, just because it's the 4th, then I would be like locked into doing a long running series of it. I do want to play through it on stream. I just don't know that I want to do it right now. I have too much else going on. Too many other games running at the same time. And that was, I've talked about that a lot on the show too. And then I turn around and do it to myself anyway. It's stupid. I was able to finish up Majora's Mask though. So that frees me up to move on to the next Zelda whenever we're ready. Since I've already done Ocarina and Wind Waker and a lot of the older ones, next in line is going to be Twilight Princess. Oh, Twilight Princess. Which I've never finished because I ran into a game breaking bug back in the day and then just never finished it. That'll be exciting. I don't really have any interest in touching Skyward Sword, though. I'll be honest with you. I didn't like Skyward Sword, just like Breath of the Wild. I have no interest in Breath of the Wild. If I had a bigger audience that demanded it and like kind of got behind me and cheered me on, like, yeah, we'll watch. Come on, it'll be fun. Maybe we would do Breath of the Wild, but I don't know. Like just in a vacuum, if I have to choose, I'm not going to choose Breath of the Wild. Maybe we'll get around to it one day, no promises. But right now, I just have no interest in it whatsoever. None whatsoever. And that's not commentary on the quality of the game. I just personally don't have any interest in it. Why is it not letting me have that? Why you no ding? Almost looks like a church or something. Not like a classic church, but like one of those modern church buildings. We should be dismantling and destroying churches, not building more. We've been here an hour and I've already run out of stuff to talk about. Talk about. Do 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 do. this point, it's just about getting it done. Because we've been here for so long. I think this job in particular, though, will kind of be. I think it'll be kind to us. I don't think we're going to have a hard time finding that little tiny speck somewhere that's holding us up. I think we've done a thorough enough job from the ground up. We're at 88%, which tells me I'm missing a big chunk somewhere up here. It's going to be on the back side of this thing. That's okay. We'll get to it in just a moment. Just gotta knock out this little patch right here. Didn't take much. Is that an air conditioner? What is that? Key. And I see something over here. It's a little bit, yep. Okay. Any little specks around here. Oh. No, that's not what I wanted to do. No. No. How could this happen? How could this happen to me? I made my mistake. Got nowhere to run. Running, yep. Oh my. Can I get up from right here? Nope. How do I get up there? I'm going to maybe air conditioner. Yes. Air conditioner indeed was the way up. Now, what you're going to want to do is in that top left corner where you see the percentage for stage complete, you're going to want to watch that number fly as I cover all of this like open space here. Here we go. It's kind of like mowing the lawn. You kind of just go in stripes, you know. Don't you fall off. Left enough streaks as it is. Boom. 94%. 94%. We'll literally have to grab this now. Grab. Ooh, I can't put it up there though. Yes, I can. Okay. Weird that two of the feet have to hang off, but I don't care. Whatever. Oh, okay. I have to actually get in there to do that. In the meantime, let's work our way down from the top. We've been working this entire structure from the ground up. We're going to flip that now since we're almost done. We're going to start working from the top down. Which, when you're cleaning stuff, you're supposed to work from the top down anyway because gravity, but whatever. Really? Shit. This whole little area over here I didn't even know about. Damn it. I wonder it was only 90% when we got to the roof. Now we're at 99%. 99%. You could have stopped this at any time, but you chose not to because you kept believing the lies. Now you're all so fucking screwed. Okay. Dirt will hide anywhere. You little punk. I mean, look at that. God damn it. Really, bitch? You jump like a frog. I just barely wanted you to move a little. I'm going to jump right over and off cliff. Damn it. Just wanted to get right here. Get on the glass. You coot. Bitch. Did that even count? I don't think it counted. I mean, I heard a ding, but I don't think I got the whole thing. That's right. Found our area of 1%. That's going to be a bit. Where is that 1% spot I need? Is that it? No. Let's teach. Fuck it. I'm just gonna move this whole bitch. Nope. F. Move. Lovely. It's gonna be some weirdo spot somewhere that I would never think about, isn't it? Fuck that noise. It's gonna be those goddamn weights. Yep. Yeah. This thing. Barbell. Weights. Third floor walls. Second floor wall. 85% clean. That means I had to have missed a big ass batch somewhere. Oh, it says second floor. Ah, third floor. That was a fair spot that I missed. That was fair. I did just straight up miss that little spot. Third floor. One. Which ones? You gotta be more specific, son. I guess it would help if I highlighted it, right? Really? Where? 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 What? Oh. Oh, another little spot I legitimately missed. Okay, fair. You didn't dick me up and down. I just legitimately missed a few spots. I'll take it. Hour and 20 minutes. That's not bad. Turned off my cam again. I always hit the Z button. I don't know how. I don't know how long that was off either. It's just my face. It's not that big a deal. It's just my face. My face. All right. Well, what's our next job when we come back in? Next time, we're going to be doing the clean the airplane thing. All right. We have a giant ass airplane next time. And if you remember the last airplane we did, there's a lot of little particulars. It's going to be annoying. All right.